the dreaming stage that when Jackson was like very young, I think he was about 4 or 5, he came to us and was like, I know what we're gonna get Mom for Christmas. And I'm thinking, oh, this will be really cool, I want it to be unique. And he's like, we're gonna get her catalogs. Because every time a catalog comes in the mail, she gets so excited and spends hours reading them. And so like, you know, like Murray McMurray Hatchery's catalog, I mean, she dreamed of the chicken breeds we would have and the turkeys and the ducks, and the seed catalog, I mean, countless hours. But like, we had no land, you know, no feasible way to plant even 1% of what she was circling and highlighting. But that was just, I mean, it was so ingrained, and like her dream was so much a part of her that even in that season, like her 4-year-old son was like, oh, this is a real thing.
And I've spent my entire life being told that I'm a romantic and poetic and silly girl. And today I stand before you at 34 years old and I say, yes, I am. I am 100% a romantic, poetic, and silly girl that has made an incredible impact in the world because I said that's okay to be that way. It is okay to be that way. And so I did. I fell in love with heirloom seed catalogs in a big way. And here's the thing. Now let's get, there is a practical aspect of this, but I like to be really honest with myself. I've dealt, okay, this is going to be funny now because we get a lot done. I've dealt with being lazy. That's probably the vice in my life that I've dealt with the most, is just being like, I don't feel like doing that right now. And that ruled my life for so long. And being sucked into social media, being sucked into scrolling, being sucked into eating bad food because that was what was easy. And it took me being honest with myself and being like, I don't want to live my life like this. I want to live my life on purpose.
Hi, welcome to the Big Bear Homestead. And today,
who is our special guest?
Hey y'all, it's Farmer Meemaw, and today
they're over here loading up equipment with heavy equipment, so it's gonna be a little bit loud here. But we got a few questions to ask and put you on the spot.
Dun dun dun! I'm doing good. I've been doing pretty good at on the spot questions.
Getting really close.
Okay, there we go. Now we're good. So who is someone y'all watched on YouTube in the last week?
Y'all.
Yeah, right.
No, for real. I mean,
He has to do his homework before he's like, oh gosh, what's going on in their lives?
No.
In the last week, I know I watched your calf video, and then I'm trying to think if I've watched anybody. I don't think I have.
That's what's so hard about doing YouTube, is even watching everybody, trying to keep up. But
Y'all have been here multiple times. A lot of people are like, this is our first time. Yeah. So have y'all been to every one?
Yep.
All three of them. What keeps bringing you back to the HOA?
Stuff like last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stuff
and
like
for y'all that don't know, we had an awesome get together last night.
Yeah. Community is like the end all be all of this thing. Like, you meet new people, you get to rekindle old friendships that, like, you know, there were people here, there were vendors here that weren't here last year, but they were here the first year. So then you get to go back and be like, hey, remember we talked about such and such, we need to get back in touch with y'all. So I think it's really about being able to have connections with people from all over the country.
To end this off, I got a goofy part on this.
Uh-oh.
I know you're gonna get it, but it's gonna be finish this.
Uh-oh.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Yes. We was at a conference and they done that with kids. Never knew.
Oh my goodness.
They went silent.
All right, y'all, the HOA is in the books for 2019. We had a blast. What was your favorite part, Ben?
Meeting all the people.
Definitely, just like all the other conferences we've been to this year, the people, hands down. The community of this movement is definitely what keeps us going and knowing we're not alone in doing this, as well as the food we're growing and all that, and the lifestyle that we love to live. But just all the awesome people that are doing this too are super inspiring and motivating. So we left right after the conference ended. We hit the road. We drove about halfway home. We are in the car and it's early morning. We're driving the rest of the way home, and then it's back to reality, It's full on fall on the farm. We actually got our first frost while we were gone. Hope it wasn't too bad. Hope it didn't kill all the tender things in the garden that were uncovered. So we'll see. I'll be going around when we get home, checking everything out. But for now, we're gonna part ways. We're gonna drive the rest of the way home and maybe find somewhere good to stop and eat and just have a little family time. And we will catch up with y'all later. We got a lot of fall projects coming up we'll be taking y'all along for. And just thanks to the ones that took the time to come out and talk to us. We love that. We've told you before that you feel like you know us, but really it's us that feels like we know you, and I really mean that. We really appreciate that y'all watch our videos and support us. That's what keeps us going. So until next time, we'll see you later.
Everybody do it. 1, 2, 3. We're home!
What's up, everybody? So we are back home from the HOA. It was a super long trip across the country, but so totally worth it. We enjoyed it, and then while we were gone to the HOA, we started getting frost warnings on our phone. And when you are 14 to 15 hours away from your garden and the first frost is threatening like a month early, it kind of was like a gut punch. So we started thinking, oh man, we just now had cucumbers and squash starting to come on. Our tomato plants are loaded for the fall. And so that was kind of in the back of our minds on the trip. So I'm going to take you and show you if everything survived, or if, are we done? Is that it? We're done for the fall. I didn't get as much footage as you saw earlier in the video of the last day of the HOA. Really, at Baker Creek's event in California, we were able to film a lot, and we were not able to film a lot at the HOA. The reason being, there was not as many YouTube watchers at Baker Creek's event. There was quite a few, and we talked to a lot of people and we really enjoyed it. But the HOA was a lot of people that watch YouTube, and so we spent most of our time visiting with people in person, and we loved that. But that affected how much filming we did. So I apologize we didn't get more footage, but that's just the way it is. And I don't know if you caught it, but on yesterday's video of the HOA, I told you that there were some pretty famous people there, and we slipped in a clip. It was Rory Feek. I could not believe it. I just looked up and saw him, and you could recognize him anywhere with he's got a pretty distinct look. He always wears overalls. He's just pretty easy to spot, and he was carrying around little Indy. So if you don't know who he is, you should go check him out. He's pretty famous. So I was really excited. That was really cool. I really love Joey and Rory's music, and their story is just, it's beautiful and heartbreaking all at the same time. And it's also full of hope to see man go on and be a wonderful father. And if you've seen any of his recent videos, I thought it was super touching how he said he's still trying to be a better father and better husband, even though his wife isn't here anymore. So if you don't know their story, get you a box of Kleenex and look him up. He's got a YouTube channel. I'll have Lane link it below. He's got some new things going on in his life, and he's just a man trying to live out his faith, and it's just a pretty awesome story. So anyway, let's go check out, is there anything still alive around here? One positive thing, I don't know if y'all can see, is my yard is turning brown. I know that's ridiculous to be excited about, but I'm so sick of worrying about mowing the yard or moving animals around to eat the yard and all that. So it's pretty good. I'm glad to have that chore behind me for a while. So let's go out here and see, are the tomatoes still green, or did they bite the dust? Look at all those beauties. They're alive. And look at the beautiful fruit they're putting on. Okay, so I was mainly worried about the tomatoes, and then in the back garden I've still got a lot of squash, and I've got cucumbers producing, and I just really wanted those to stay alive because I wanted fresh food to eat for as long as possible. So before we end this vlog, let's walk back there and check and see if they survived. So as you can see, the garden survived. I'm super pumped because it could still be another month here before a killing frost comes. And so I'd like to hang on to these vegetables as long as possible. The only thing we figured out that actually bit the dust was the enormous gourd vine we just showed y'all of the Zucca gourds. For some reason, I guess the frost got it. So, but that's okay. Now we can harvest those. You're supposed to wait till after the first frost and then harvest those and then put them somewhere to dry. So I guess we'll be doing that ASAP. So we will be giving y'all some homestead updates in the next few videos. We had a blast. Really, it was a super cool opportunity to go to the HOA. Thank you to Amy and Nunda and all the people who made it happen. If you've never planned an event, I don't think you realize how much work goes into it. And we just planned a tiny event compared to what they did. So thank you to those who made it happen. There were tons of you behind the scenes. It was an enormous production, and we're thankful that you put the time and effort in to do it. So I'll see y'all later. God bless.